This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. All right. So we are all here to understand some basic information related to SAP FICO. Those who are not talking, please be on mute. I'll give you time to put your questions. You can ask your questions, doubts, whatever you have at that stage. But for time being, please everybody go on mute. Okay, we are here now to talk about SAP FICO. Now, as everybody is aware, this is the module related to finance, accounting, and costing. Now, out of the people whoever have joined or whoever is looking forward to learn SAP FICO, first point you need to understand certain basic fundamental thing. When I say basic fundamental thing, first point is your accounting. These are first key point, accounting. If anybody who is there who feels that I am not from accounting background or I am from accounting background but I do not have any experience in core accounting, or I am from accounting background, I have accounting experience but my experience knowledge is limited to only AP, only AR, only GL. Likewise, there may be different category of people, there may be different category of a background, every individual contains. But at the end, keep in your mind, if somebody decided to learn to make a career in SAP FICO, accounting is a mandatory point. Without accounting, you cannot move forward with SAP FICO. This point you need to strictly keep it in your mind. Ignoring accounting or keeping aside your accounting, there is nothing called SAP FICO. First point, keep in your mind, accounting is mandatory. Second point, no confusions between ECC and S/4HANA and cloud. You should not have any confusions between ECC, S/4HANA, cloud, these kind of a terminology. Reason why you should not have any confusion, at the end, it is your SAP FICO. When I say at the end, it is your SAP FICO, whether you talk about ECC, SAP FICO, S/4HANA, SAP FICO, Cloud, SAP FICO, it is the same. And at the end, it is all interrelated, connected to your accounting. This is again connected to your accounting. Make sure if you keep point number one in your mind, everything with respect to SAP FICO, you are good at. If this point number one is out from your mind, many manipulations will come into the picture. You will have unnecessary confusion. Whatever you hear from the market or from the different people, you will be diverted. You will have unnecessary confusion which will never allow you to feel comfortable with the subject. All right, keep point number one in your mind, point number two also, because people tell ECC you learn, people tell S/4HANA you learn, people also tell you learn cloud versions. Whatever the name that they call it, at the end it is all related to SAP FICO. Stick to these basic fundamentals with which you will be in a position to understand any module in SAP and any integration with respect to SAP FICO. Else, this is going to create unnecessary confusion. Avoid this kind of a confusion right
और
from
दूध
the
मिल्क का
beginning.
दूध का है हाँ, चाय का तो वो डाल
All
दिया मैंने
others,
प्लेट में आप
please go on mute. Okay. This is second point. The next point, what you need to do is you need to have your current background with respect to academics and experience. Okay, when I talk about your current background with respect to academic, with respect to experience. Everybody should know what is your current background. Meaning, point number one, I may say, let's say I am MBA graduate, or I'm MBA, or BCom, or BTech, or MCom, MCA, etc. It can be anything. Point number two, your experience. Let's say I have, let's say, 2, 3, 5, 8, 10, 15, 20 years of experience. You may be having n number of years of experience, because this is something which is personalized, which is individual information. Point number three, I'm a fresher. When you're considering yourself as a fresher, 0 years of work experience. Even if you have 1 month of experience, you're not considered as a fresher. Even if you have 1 month of experience, you're not considered as a fresher. Do not think that you are a fresher if you have no experience on SAP. You are a fresher only when you have 0 years of experience, meaning you are a fresh pass out. Only when you are a fresh pass out, you are considered as an fresher. Otherwise, it is purely experienced candidate. Next point, what you need to do is your experience in what domain. When I say experience in what domain, you would have worked in different organizations, or you may be currently working in different organization, different processes, different profile. This you need to have a look at first. After looking at all this point, then you will have a clarity. Okay, this is my current situation. I am new to accounting, or I'm already familiar to accounting. I am from commerce background, accounting background, non-commerce background, non-accounting background. I have experience in accounting. I have experience in non-accounting. I have no experience, meaning you are a fresh pass out. When you say you are a fresher, you must be either current year pass out or last year pass out. When I say current year pass out, 2024 pass out, last year pass out, 2023 pass out. Only in this case you need to consider yourself as a fresher, otherwise you are not a fresher. You'll have to justify after your last year of academic pass out what you have been doing till date. You need to know all this information handy with you. Otherwise, what will happen? You will join SAP FICO course. It may not suit. It may not help you. You need to have all these points crystal clear in your mind right from the beginning, so that it is more clear for you to understand whether you can continue in SAP FICO, whether this is suitable to you or not. It is not okay. Somebody told you to join SAP FICO, or you saw somebody getting SAP FICO job, you are planning to join. It's not going to be the situation. It is supposed to be your personal choice, your personal decision to make a career, build a career in SAP FICO. For that, these points are mandatory for anybody who wants to learn SAP FICO. Straight away, do not get into SAP FICO assuming I'll join the course, I'll get the job. Practically, things are different. When I say practically, things are different, which we will be discussing in detail in our overview sessions, which are lined up. Once these 3 points are clear, next thing what you need to know is, you need to know about accounting basics. When I'm talking about accounting basics, now here comes your key point. When I say here comes your key point with respect to accounting basic, as a FICO consultant, what you are going to do is what you need to understand. Forget about whether you are working in ECC project, whether you are working in S4 HANA project, or you are working in cloud related project. At the end, you are called as a SAP FICO consultant. Nobody calls you as SAP ECC consultant, SAP HANA consultant, SAP cloud consultant. You are still SAP FICO consultant, meaning whatever you do is all with respect to business process. It is all related to business process. Now this business process is fixed. When we say this business process is fixed, irrespective of the application that an organization uses, business process will remain same. When you are focusing on business process, you will not get deviated, you will not have unnecessary confusion. When you keep a business process aside and when you try to understand straight away with respect to SAP FICO, everything will be confusing. Not at this moment, but as you move forward, you will find a lot of confusions coming up in your mind, because I saw this in this system in ECC. I do not know how this is done in S4 HANA system, or I did this in S4 HANA system. I do not know how this will work in my cloud system. At the end, if you look at from the client point of view, if you look at from the business point of view, it is the same business process. So solution is based on the business process. If you are clear with the business process, if you are able to understand the business process, you will be able to manage, you'll be able to understand any system that you're working on, SAP, let it be ECC, let it be S4 HANA, let it be cloud. Reason that you need to know at the beginning is, tomorrow when you get a job, there is no rule, there is no guarantee that you will be working in ECC project, you will be working in S4 HANA project, you will be working on cloud related project. When you're talking about S4 HANA, you may be calling S4 HANA on-premise, S4 HANA cloud. In short, public cloud, private cloud, rise with SAP, grow with SAP, different terminologies will be used. Whatever the terminology that you hear from the market, from the different people, please make sure at the end, everything is SAP FICO. In SAP FICO, everything is connected to business process. You pay attention at this business process, you'll be able to understand, you'll be able to manage in any application of any organization with respect to SAP, whether they are in ECC, S4 HANA, public cloud, private cloud. You must be in a position to manage in any project, because when you are interviewed, nobody will check this point, everybody will verify whether you are in a position to manage or not. For that skill set, you have to project. For that confidence, you need to give to your interviewer. You should understand the process in such a way, when you talk, other person feels that yes, this candidate can handle, this candidate can work in my project. And this you need to keep in your mind. Accordingly, you need to put your effort. Otherwise, your effort, money, whatever you're investing is not supposed to create a problem to you in future. All right, so when you're talking about the business process, you need to be focused on the accounting basics with respect to a company, an organization, business process. Now, you're a FICO consultant. Understand, as a FICO consultant, you have to keep three fundamental points in your mind always. When I say three fundamental points, I'll put 1, 2, 3 here. Point number 1 is a trial balance. Point number 2 is your profit and loss statement. Point number 3 is your balance sheet. These are the three key fundamentals for any SAP FICO consultant to understand. If you are not able to understand what is trial balance, what is profit and loss, what is balance sheet, you need to first sit and understand this before you think about learning SAP FICO. If you do not know this, SAP FICO is not going to work out. SAP FICO, you will not be able to understand. When I say it will not work out, when I say you will not be able to understand, I'm talking about business process point of view. I'm talking about you managing in a project, you are surviving in a project, you are making a career as a consultant in the market. Without these 3 points, it is practically not possible for any FICO consultant to survive in any organization, in any project. Why these things are important? Everybody knows SAP FICO is all about accounting. Agree with me, everyone? Is my statement correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
SAP FICO is all about accounting. Now, in accounting, you have something called accounting cycle. In accounting, you have accounting cycle. Your accounting cycle has got certain point. Let's say I will put journal entry. After journal entry, what do you write? What we will do after journal entry in accounting?
Ledger posting.
Ledger entry.
Ledger accounts you will prepare. After ledger,
Trial balance.
trial balance. After this,
Profit and
loss. And after this,
balance sheet.
balance sheet. Now, this is the process. Now, this everybody knows. Am I correct? Everybody is aware of it, right? Whoever is from accounting background, whoever has got basic knowledge, basic understanding about accounting, is this accounting cycle correct?
Yes.
Right? This is the same sequence, this is the same flow which we need to remember. But there is a mistake in it. One point is missing. What is missing in this?
Adjusted trial balance. Maybe.
No. One very important thing is missing. What is the starting point that we've listed here?
Is it a trading account, sir? Trading before profit and loss, we prepare
Unit.
trading and we
No.
transfer the gross profit to the profit and loss.
No.
Transaction.
So first point,
We should bookcheck transaction.
correct. Right. So we listed first activity as a journal entry. Before we write a journal entry, you should know what happened, right? Because journal entry, you can write any debit, any credit. So, but how I am going to decide what to debit, what to credit, if I do not know what is the transaction? What transactions are we going to record? Personal transactions or business transaction?
Business transaction.
Business transactions. So first thing is your business transaction. Based on the business transaction, you will decide what journal entry to be written, meaning what is to be debited, what is to be credited. Is my statement correct? Based on the business transaction, I will decide what to debit, what to credit. Accordingly, I will prepare ledger accounts. In the ledger account, I am going to decide what is my account closing balance, what is my account opening balance. Accordingly, I am going to transfer balance from ledger account to trial balance. While transferring the ledger account balance to trial balance, do we transfer opening balance of ledger or closing balance of ledger to trial balance?
Closing balance.
Right? We will be transferring closing balance of every ledger account into trial balance. Based on the trial balance, you need to prepare P&L. Based on P&L and then trial balance, you need to prepare balance sheet. Now, accounting is a self thing which will tell whether it is right or wrong. You don't need anybody to validate. You don't need anybody to put corrections, give you marks, whether you pass, fail. Accounting itself will tell whether it is right or wrong. Am I correct? What are those key points with which you will know your accounting is right or wrong? What are those two key points?
Balance sheet matching.
So trial balance should be 0. First point. Am I correct?
Yes.
If your accounting is correct, trial balance must be 0. And then balance sheet,
Should match.
right? Asset is equal to liability. Is this statement correct?
Yes.
Correct. These are the basic fundamentals which we need to remember from the accounting basic point of view. Now you take an example. When I say you take an example, you can take any example of any organization, any company. Any organization, any company on a daily basis, they will perform so many business transactions possible in any company on a daily basis. There will be so many business transactions. Is my statement correct?
Yes.
Like sales, purchases, payment, receipt, expense, income. Likewise, there are so many kind of business transactions which will happen on a daily basis in every organization. Those who are not talking, please be on mute. Shiva. Okay, on a daily basis, you will be having lot of business transaction, and every business transaction is supposed to be recorded in your book of account, in your accounting. Now, when you're recording every business transaction in your accounting, this is mandatory for any organization or it is exception?
Mandatory.
Recording business transaction in your accounting, is this mandatory or is this an exception?
Mandatory.
This is
Mandatory.
mandatory. This is mandatory in a specific country or this is mandatory globally in every country?
Across the globe.
Right?
Globally.
Globally, this is mandatory for
Mandatory
every
globally.
country. Right? This is mandatory globally for every country. Meaning, whenever you are talking about any business process, any organization, any company, they have to do business transaction. All the business transactions will be recorded in your accounting. And once you start recording the business transaction, you need to prepare your financial statement or you need to prepare your financial reporting. While talking about financial statement or financial reporting, you need to make sure you are specifically talking about these 3 points. You are specifically talking about these 3 points, which are basically trial balance, P&L, balance sheet. Now, why you need to be very specific, very particular about trial balance, P&L, balance sheet? Without these 3 points, no organization can find out their profit, loss or their performance for a month. Am I correct?
Yes.
Without a trial balance, without P&L, without balance sheet, no organization, no company can find out whether they are doing good business, whether they are making a profit or they are running their business in loss. They will never come to know. So it becomes mandatory as per every accounting principle, as per every accounting standard, you need to prepare your financial statement on a monthly basis. To do it, you need to follow the accounting cycle. You cannot skip anything. You need to follow everything in the same sequential order. While doing so, what will happen? You will have to understand basic accounting here. Remember, you are working as a FICO consultant. When you're working as a FICO consultant, you're not going to do any data entry. Data entry will be done by the end user, in short, your client. Wherever they are stuck, you need to step in, resolve the problem, errors that they are getting. So as a consultant, you're not doing any data entry, you're not a data entry, you're not an end user. But still you need to know everything that a client does. Still you need to know everything that a user does. Once you know this point, once you keep these 3 points in your mind, trial balance, P&L, balance sheet. Now, is there any rule for every company to use SAP or they can use any application for their accounting based on their size of the business? Is there any rule for every company to use only SAP?
No.
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 Right? There is no rule that every company should use SAP. There is no rule that a company should use an application. Even if you are doing a normal business without any accounting software, without any accounting application, still we will be in a position to find out what is our profit or loss. Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
If you see any street vendors or whosoever, they are also doing the business only. They don't have any accountant, they don't maintain any book, they do not know what is accounting, what is debit credit, but still they will tell this is what is my investment, this is what is my cost, this is what is my sale, and this is my surplus. This I treat it as my profit. Yes or no?
Yes.
So anybody is doing accounting. Now, considering an example, if I say I have some investment, I made some purchases, I made some sales, I incurred some expenses. Let's say my investment is 1000 rupees, my purchases are of 700, my sales 900, my expenses is 50. Considering this point, is it possible for us to identify whether I made profit or loss?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So let's say this is my investment, this is my purchase, this is my sale, this is my expense. What will be the result? Do I get profit? Do I get loss?
Profit.
Of
Profit.
how
150
much will be the
rupees.
profit?
150 rupees.
Profit
It's a
will
loss.
be 150.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
This is correct. I sold
No.
Yes.
900. My purchase is 700. My cost is 50. So 900 minus 750 will be 150. 150 will be my profit. Is this correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Now, if I say that this is what I did, if I say that this is what I did, I show this to anybody in this world, everybody will tell me 150 is my profit. Is my statement correct?
Yes.
I take this photograph to anybody in this world, everybody will tell your profit is 150 rupees. Now, they do not need
Yes.
any accounting knowledge, they do not need any application. By looking at the business transaction, they are in a position to tell what is your financial situation, whether you are in profit, you are in loss. Agree?
Yes,
Considering the
agree.
same transaction, if I am using SAP, considering the same transaction, if I am using SAP, what should be my SAP result?
Same.
Assuming
Whatever the
assuming my company is using SAP, these are the same transaction. If I wanted to look at my company performance for a particular month, considering this transaction, should SAP tell 150 profit or SAP should tell some other number because it is SAP?
same.
Same
Oh,
number.
it's same.
Some
It's
other
same.
Same only.
It should be the same number, right? Because you are talking about accounting. SAP is also doing accounting. Agree? SAP
Agree.
is not doing any magic here, right? It is also the accounting. Same debit, same credit, same logic, same fundamental. Application alone is different. If I am using a
Yes.
tally, same transaction, if I put it in tally, what should be my result?
Same.
I should get same result, 150. If I am using Oracle,
Same result.
it should be
Same.
same result because my business transaction is not getting changed. I am changing my application. Once I am telling I'm not using anything, still my profit is 150. Then I am telling I'm using SAP, still 150. Tally, still 150. Oracle, still 150. JD Edwards, Dynamics, any application that you take, your profit remains 150 because of the business transaction, whatever you have made. Am I correct? Because you're
Yes,
not
correct.
going by the application, you're going by the business process, you're going by the business transaction. If you look at it, if you focus on it, it has got nothing to do with your application. When I say it has got nothing to do with your application, in SAP, doing a configuration, setting up the system is very simple, provided you understand what is to be done. When I say provided you understand what is to be done, as a accounts candidate, as a finance person, as a commerce graduate, first point, make sure whether I am in a position to understand basic accounting or not. If you are in a position to understand basic accounting, and you're in a position to take your own simple example to find out how profit is coming, how loss is coming, how TB is prepared, how balance sheet PNL is prepared, then you are good to go with SAP FICO learning. If these points are not clear, something is wrong, because when you know it is all about accounting and you also know you are not good at accounting, it is a wrong choice, wrong decision to move ahead with SAP FICO. Agree with me? Whosoever
Yes.
uses SAP in any organization, at the end of every month, whosoever uses SAP in their organization, at the end of every month, you would have heard something called month-end activity. Anybody heard this term?
Yes.
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 Anybody heard month-end activity? Or people
Yes.
who are
It's
working
closing.
as accountants, people who are working as accountants or people who are working as finance domain and all, they say that we are busy with closing or
Yes. Correct.
month-end closing, auditing. Why people are telling we are busy with month-end closing, auditing, or we are busy with closing activities, financials, MIS reporting, all this kind of thing. They stretch towards the month end. Why they're doing all this kind of thing? To achieve what? What is their end achievement point? To prepare these 3 points. Am I correct? Finalize TB,
Yes.
finalize PNL, finalize balance sheet, get it acknowledged, approved by the management. Is my statement correct?
Yes. Correct.
Right? Without this, nobody will close their books. Nobody will move forward with the next month for their accounting. When you know this is what is happening in every organization, in every industry, in every company, wherever accounting is used. When you're talking about a company, the whole objective of any company is to make what? Any company that you set up is to make what?
Profit.
Profit. Is to make profit. Now, profit is identified from the accounting side or from any other side.
Accounting side itself.
Accounting side.
Profit is identified from the accounting side. From where profit is identified? What is required to identify a profit?
Business
Income
transaction.
from
From where
P&L.
you need P&L statement, right? If you do not have a
Pin.
P&L statement, is it possible to identify whether profit is there or not there,
No.
No.
right? This is not possible, meaning P&L is mandatory. How P&L is coming? P&L is part of your accounting cycle. Can I directly create P&L?
Yes. No.
No. I cannot directly create a P&L. Now, can I directly trust my P&L?
No.
I
Maybe.
cannot directly create a P&L. I cannot directly trust whatever P&L you provide, because after P&L, there is one more thing called a balance sheet. In the balance sheet, we need to make sure asset, liability, value are equal. Before P&L, there is a checkpoint. After P&L, there is a checkpoint. Right? Before P&L, TB must be 0. Is my statement correct?
Yes.
Yes.
If my trial balance is not becoming 0, can I believe my P&L? Can I trust P&L?
No. Never. No. Never.
Right? Now I got something in my P&L. Now when I look at the balance sheet, if my asset value is not matching with the liability value, or if there is any mismatch, can I believe my P&L? Can I believe my
No.
accounting? Meaning
No.
No.
before after there is accounting. Without this, will any company do business?
No.
Is it possible for any organization, any company to do business without these points on your screen?
No.
No, right? This is mandatory. Agree with me?
Ye- yes. Agree.
Right? As a FICO consultant, without these points, you are not going to understand anything from a business process point of view. Now, reason why we are talking these points even before I talk what is SAP, is just to make sure you need to realize, you need to understand what you are going to understand, what you are going to learn is something that should benefit you, or you should realize, okay, this is really going to help me or not. It's not about you think somebody told you about SAP FICO is very good, you can complete the course and all. That should not be an imagination for you. You should know the actual reality, fact about SAP FICO, and you should know your profile, your current skill set, experience, academic background, different points when you consider. Then you look at SAP FICO, you'll be in a position to decide, okay, this is suitable to me, this is not suitable to me. Don't assume that straight away I will join SAP FICO course, I will get the job. Is practically not going to happen. There are so many points which you need to consider. There are so many things that you'll have to understand, know, before you decide that this is going to actually suit or not going to suit. It's not about your suiting to SAP or not. You decide whether SAP suits you or not. Don't reject yourself. You reject SAP. You can learn some other module. You can learn some other technology, whatever you feel is suitable to you. I'm not saying you're not suitable to SAP. I'm telling maybe SAP is not suitable to you because of your background, because of your understanding, because of your academic, because of your interest. Because anybody who wants to learn SAP FICO, you are investing your time, you are investing your money to make a career. Do not play with these 2 points. Right? At the end, it is your career. Please make sure your decision, whatever you are going to make, will be proper, valid enough to give you a good career as you move forward. Else, what will happen? You will end up realizing at a later point, I was not aware of so many things at the beginning. Now when I realize, I think that I'm not suitable for SAP, or SAP is not suitable to me. Many people will quit SAP FICO in between because of so many reasons, which I will let you know as we move forward. Okay, this is point number 1. Agree with me, accounting is important for your SAP FICO, knowing about accounting.
Yes, we agree.
Yes,
Right, this is
agree.
your point number 1. Next one, when you're talking about business process, when you're talking about these accounting fundamental and all, slowly what we need to do is we need to try understand what normally happens in any business, in any organization. You would have heard different points related to, if you talk about accountant, if you take any accountant for an example, as an accountant, what are all the areas one will be working? Anybody who worked as accountant?
Bookkeeping.
Regarding daily transactions,
Okay,
GL accounting,
bookkeeping, GL,
accounts payable, accounts receivable,
fixed assets,
AP, AR,
AR,
assets, taxes,
Liabilities.
liabilities, okay, payments, collections,
Reconciliation statement.
yeah,
Bank recognize Rico.
financial statements, bank reconciliation. Likewise, different activities an accountant is working in any organization. If you take a small organization, one person will be doing everything. If you take any big organization, if you take any multinational company, you have the same thing with a different fancy words called as your P2P, R2R. What are the other terms? O2C.
O2C,
To
OTC.
see.
To see.
What else? Fixed
Fixed
assets,
asset. Inventory management.
taxation.
Intercompany.
Likewise, you will find different terminologies in the market. These are all basically activities which a company is doing, and they're segregating this as a separate business process. You will see P2P jobs separately, R2R jobs separately, OTC jobs separately, your fixed asset job separately, taxation job separately, yes or no? Reconciliation related job separately, collections
Yes.
separately, right? At the end, it is the same company, they are hiring employees for each activity separately or not? Separated teams are there in every
Yes.
organization,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
These
sir.
are all your business processes. When we say these are all your business processes, these are all related to these only. These are all related to these
Yes.
only, but it's bits and pieces of it. Meaning at the end, it's a business process. This business process is categorized into different partitions based on different dimensions, based on different criteria. Now, if you are working as an end user, if you are working as an accountant, you will be working on these things at ground level. When I say you're working on these things at the ground level, you are going to create data entry. When you're talking about data entry, you're talking about posting day-to-day accounting entries, preparing the reports. Now, again, you're coming back to the same accounting, this one. Am I correct?
Yes. Correct.
Again, you're back to square zero. Post a journal entry,
Yes.
prepare a ledger account, prepare a trial balance, P&L balance sheet, because you're just segregating it. At the end, it is part of accounting again. They're all part of accounting.
Yes.
To do all these things, you're just using SAP as a ERP application, SAP as a system. That's it. SAP does not know accounting. SAP does not know accounting. Consultant must know accounting. Is my statement clear? Don't think system will take
Yes.
care of everything. It will not take care of anything. You have to make sure as a FICO consultant, you know accounting, and then you set up accounting in SAP. Is my
Okay.
statement clear?
Yes.
Do
Clear.
not be under an impression that system takes care of everything. You just need to click 1, 2, 3, go. Everything is automatic. Nothing is automatic because SAP does not know accounting. As a consultant, you need to feed accounting rules, regulations, formulas, everything into system as a FICO consultant. So as a consultant, you must know basic accounting and accounting fundamentals. You do not need to know in detailed, in-depth accounting because you are not an end user. You are not a data entry operator, you are a consultant. So as a consultant, you must know certain points related to every business process at a high level. Now,
Okay.
if I talk about it, few more points. Everybody must have heard when you learn SAP FICO, you will become a consultant. This is what everybody is heard in the market. FICO consultant
Yes.
job, you will become a consultant. Now,
Yes.
as a FICO consultant, you will be working on projects. As a FICO consultant, you will be working on project. When you're talking about a project as a FICO consultant, when you're talking about a project as a FICO consultant, what is the first project that you must know about? What is one project that you must be aware of?
Implementation.
Implementation.
Implementation configuration.
Right? You must be aware of implementation project. You are not called as a consultant if you do not know what is implementation. Straightforward points. If you do not know what is implementation, you are not called as a FICO consultant. Likewise, there are many projects like you have a rollout project, you have
Enhancements.
upgrade project, you have support
Support.
project, now latest in the market, migration project. Right? There are different kind of a project in the market. Now, when you're talking about a different kind of a project, when you're talking about a different kind of a project, what is mandatory for a FICO consultant to know out of these five?
Implementation.
Implementation. Support.
Only one is mandatory.
And
Only one is mandatory. That is your implementation. Okay. Now, when you're talking about implementation project, for us to get a job in the market, what we will do, we will prepare a resume, we will post it in the Naukri, Monster, LinkedIn, XYZ portal. Am I correct? Now, when you
Yes.
post your resume in the portal, you will receive a call from the different recruiter. Everybody will ask you how many projects you worked on. Agree?
Yes.
Everybody will put a question, how many projects you worked, and they will specifically ask how many implementations you did. Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Ask you how many implementations you did. Point number one. Point number two, when you tell any number, one implementation project, two implementation project, or any number of project, they will specifically ask, is it end-to-end
Yes.
implementation? They'll put another question, end-to-end implementation. If you know implementation not sufficient, they are very keen, they're very particular about, is it end-to-end implementation? Meaning, if you do not know these key points, you will not be able to understand. Now, if you are looking at learning SAP FICO, there are so many things that we need to know at the beginning itself, based on which, as I said, we will be able to decide whether SAP suits us or not. Because this is our implementation project. For any implementation project to complete, mandatory thing from accounting cycle. There is one mandatory thing from accounting cycle for any implementation project. What is it? Without which no implementation project will complete in this world of SAP. You take globally, worldwide, any implementation project, without one thing from your accounting cycle, no project will go live. What is that called?
Client.
No. From accounting cycle. If you
Company.
look at accounting cycle,
Business
this is the
transaction.
accounting cycle.
Balance
What is that
our profit
mandatory
and
thing?
loss and balance sheet and profit and loss and trial balance should be matched.
Only one
Business
point.
transactions.
Only
What
one.
happened?
Business
Business
transactions.
transaction.
Business process.
Balance sheet. Debit and credit.
No. Only one.
Business process.
No.
Balance sheet.
No.
Chart of accounts like ledger accounts.
No. No.
Profit and
Business,
loss.
Journal.
bus-
Journal.
business requirement.
From accounting cycle, it is clearly listed. This is your trial balance. What is it called?
Trial balance. Okay.
Okay. Now we need to understand why this is important. When we say why this is important, you take a company, let's say Apple. Everybody knows what is Apple, right?
Yes.
Let's say
Yes.
Yeah.
Apple Inc. Apple mobile company is what I'm referring to. Let's assume Apple, only an example, established in 2010. Example, possible? Possible or not? We are taking Apple just because we are all aware of Apple.
Yes.
Now, Apple established in 2010, meaning Apple started business in 2010. Is that correct statement? Apple started doing business in 2010.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, any
Yes.
company, when they start doing business, will they directly buy SAP or they start with the
No.
basic normal ERP
No.
application?
Basic also.
Normal ERP.
Basic.
Normal ERP application, because when they start, they wanted to invest more on making profit, not on the application. If you are buying a costly application, you are not going to get any revenue from it, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
First, you wanted to expand your business, make more profit. Based on your business expansion, when you are making more profit, then you wanted to invest on different infrastructure, IT, different kind of things will come into the picture. Initially, any organization motto is to make profit. Now, considering that Apple, when they start in 2010, or any company for this matter, let's say you started using Tally. Possible or not? Easily possible? Relatable?
Yes. Yes.
Let's say Apple is doing business, they're doing very good. Now, currently in 2024, Apple decided, okay, let us go to SAP. Let us change this application from Tally to SAP. Possible or not?
Yes.
Possible.
Possible.
Possible. Now, if Apple decided to come to SAP in 2024, now this is called as what? What project is this called?
Implementation.
Implementation.
Implementation. Correct.
This is called as your implementation project. What is implementation? What will happen? We will understand as we move forward. Now, this is our implementation project. In the implementation project, let's say that everything is a setup, system is set up. Let's say SAP is now set up. When SAP is set up, Apple will start using SAP. Am I correct?
Yes. Correct.
When SAP is set up, Apple will start using SAP, but Apple needs their data continuation or not?
Yes. Need.
Definitely.
Apple needs their data continuation. For example,
Correct.
where is it? Okay. If I assume in 2024, let's say November 2024, system is set up. In Tally, we have data till
October
October
24.
2024. In November 24, SAP is set up, meaning from November onwards, you are going to use SAP till previous month. Until October 2024, you were using recording everything in Tally. Is this statement correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Now, today,
It's
if Apple wants to pay money to vendor, they need the vendor liability or not?
Yes. They need.
Today is November.
Yes.
In November, Apple is
Yes.
using Tally or Apple is using SAP?
SAP.
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 SAP. Now, let's say, which was purchased in October 2024. Possible?
Yes. Possible.
So when we purchased in October 2024, definitely you would have booked invoice in Tally system,
Yes.
right? Now you want to
Mm.
make the payment. Now by the time you want to make the payment, Tally is closed. Now Apple moved on to SAP. Now should Apple find this vendor liability in SAP or not?
Yes. Fine.
Right? So somebody coming from Tally to SAP, you cannot say that this is a bonus, all your liabilities are written off. Is that possible?
No. No,
All right, your
it will be
liability,
carry
everything will
forwarded.
remain the same.
Yes.
Right, the data should be
Yes.
copied from your tally to SAP. In short, there should be a
Yes.
business continuity or not. You are just changing
Yes.
the application
Applications.
from tally to SAP. This is not supposed to have any impact on your day-to-day business process. Am I correct?
Correct.
For this to happen, you need to move the data from tally to SAP.
Yes.
We need.
Now here you would have heard something called legacy data or
Hmm.
cutover data, data
Hmm.
migration. Anybody heard these terms?
Yes. Data migration.
Right? Data migration, cutover data, legacy data, or open client activities. Right? Here, how do you bring
Yes.
data from tally to SAP? In which format you will receive from your client? That is what we were referring to this. One mandatory thing from accounting cycle. What we understood? We understood a trial
Right.
balance,
Yes. Trial balance. Correct.
meaning without a trial balance, you cannot bring your legacy data into SAP. Now, for you to
Hmm.
know, for you to understand about implementation project, is trial balance key element or optional element?
Key element.
This is key
Yes.
element. Without a trial balance, you cannot complete your implementation project. Now we will all say that I was part of two implementation project, one implementation project, but when you're asked about a simple point, what is trial balance, most of the people will go blank. They say that I am a FICO consultant, why TB is related to me, this is end user activity. As a consultant without a trial balance, can you complete the data migration?
No.
Can you
No.
bring the legacy data into SAP? No.
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 If you cannot bring legacy data into SAP, will client do anything with SAP without legacy data?
No.
No.
No. This is mandatory. This is the reason why everybody will specifically ask you, is it end-to-end implementation? Because there are so many points that you will be covering, that you will be knowing from end-to-end implementation. When somebody is asking certain questions specifically, when somebody is not shortlisting you, when somebody is not scheduling the interview, if you say I do not have any implementation project, imagine there is something. Agree?
Yes.
You will get the calls from the recruiters. When you say I do not have any experience on implementation, you will not be scheduled for any interview. Your interview will not be scheduled, your profile will not be shortlisted. Why? Just because you do not have implementation experience.
It is
Meaning
mandatory.
there
Yes.
are points which you need to understand from implementation point of view, as a consultant point of view. These points, when you do not know, you will not be able to decide. And why again we're talking about these points on day one itself? Because most of the people from you may be already familiar with SAP, or somebody may be new to SAP, somebody is already working, somebody is already from different background. Point number one, do not go by course content. When I say do not go by course content is basically configuration steps list. Agree with me? Google
Yes.
SAP FICO course content after my session. Look at it
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
and download SAP FICO material, SAP FICO document. You will get a lot of content on the Google free source. And look at the course content. You will get so many course content in the Google. Download as many as you want course content. Download as many as FICO user manual. Check this. Is this the same or not?
Okay.
Configuration steps, course content are the same. So you are not supposed to decide based on the course content. That is the reason I do not share any course content with anyone. Most of you may be having a confusion. I would like to know what topics you are going to cover, what topics we will be discussing. I will not share any course content because I do not teach you configuration steps. You will get it for free of cost when you Google it. When it is a freely available source, please get it for free. Don't pay money to me to get freely available source in the Google. Free content, get it for free. And whatever the money that you are paying, get something that you don't get it anywhere.
Okay.
Second point, you have to refer SAP FICO job descriptions. Everybody knows how to look at SAP FICO job, right? When I say SAP FICO job, after this, what you do is Google SAP FICO job in your location. Just put SAP FICO job in Mumbai, SAP FICO job in Bangalore. In Google, you get so many results. Click on anything, you will find a job description, minimum 3 to 4 years of experience, one implementation project, experience on GL, AP, tax, XYZ will be mentioned. Anybody saw such kind of a JD job description related to anything, not necessarily SAP, something or the other, anybody would have seen?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Now, point number one, what you did, course content. Point number two, what you're doing, job description. Match these two. Everybody knows an activity in your academic. Match the following. Match the following. Then you'll understand the reality. Look at the job description, look at the course content, then try to match. Turn your head left side, job description, right side, course content. You will get to know this reality. Then you need to decide what you are supposed to learn. Getting my point?
Yes.
Yep.
Next thing. Other than configuration, what we will do as a FICO consultant. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like how many are able to note, how many are able to list out. You can use any source of your choice. Talk to your friends, talk to your colleagues, Google it, watch any content, do anything, any R&D research. Find out what you are going to do other than what?
Configuration.
Other than what you need to find out? Configuration. Because most of the times we will be having in our mind FICO consultant means configuration. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Most of the times everybody is fixed in their mind that okay, FICO consultant means we will be doing the configuration. Now my point to you is write the points what a FICO consultant does other than configuration. Configuration is one activity, that's it. There are more activities, there are so many activities. If I give you a sheet, I am sure you will ask me additional sheet. If I give you one paper, you will ask me, can I get one more additional sheet to write the SAP FICO consultant activity other than configuration?
Okay.
If I'm saying this configuration is not even 10% of consulting activity.
I just wanted to say documentation.
Yeah. That is other than configuration.
Yes, I just know somebody who's into a foreign project, Japan to be specific, and he's just making functional specifications of 3 objects for 3 months. It has been 3 months now, and he's just doing this documentation, getting it in perfect order.
Correct.
Maybe
So this
migrations.
configuration, correct. Now this configuration is less than 10% or hardly 10%. Now when you know your configuration is at 10% or less than 10%, 100% you will not get a job. Am I correct? If this is not even holding a 10%,
Correct.
100% your config will not
Correct.
give you a job, right?
Correct. Absolutely.
Now you have to be
Yes.
very practical. When I say you have to be very practical, when you're knowing certain things, it is always better. You know the truth, you know the fact well in advance than knowing it after burning your hands. Later on, when you get to know the things, you can do nothing. You would have invested money, you would have invested a time, you would have lost interest on your career. Do not do it. Just because somebody told you learn SAP FICO, don't blindly join. Don't blindly decide that you will join, you will learn SAP FICO, because learning is easy, joining a course is easy, getting a job in SAP FICO, making a career, building a career in SAP FICO is something that you need to know points right from the beginning in a crystal clear manner. Otherwise, this is practically not going to happen, not going to work out for everybody. Those who feel that, okay, let me do it, I have so many content, I can refer so many videos, I can refer so many material document, I'll sit 24/7 and all, things will not work out. If that is the case, in your surrounding everybody is a FICO consultant, but is it the fact, is it the reality?
No.
If you cross check, the
No.
person who suggested you to know SAP FICO, learn SAP FICO, is not SAP FICO consultant. Look back. People who suggested you learn SAP FICO, if it is so good, why they are not FICO consultants? Point to be noted. If it is the case, why everybody is not coming into SAP? Because many people already tried, many people already did different kind of experiments and then they gave up due to different reasons. When I say due to different reasons, maybe they would have thought in a different way, maybe they would have practiced in a different way, they did not get opportunity. So many reasons will be there, which you will get to know as we move forward in the upcoming overview sessions. But you need to make sure, you need to ensure key points, fundamental points, when you stick to properly, you will not get deviated, you will not be misguided, you will not be misled, because at the end you are in an open market. When I say you're in an open market, you have to be careful, you have to be conscious about what you're doing. At the end, it is your career and you're not supposed to play with it. And at the end, when you play with your career, it's not about money that you're losing, it's not about time that you're investing, it's about career. Tomorrow or in future, if you wanted to do anything, you will not get interest again because of the past. Whatever you faced will not allow you to take any decision. Let me try this, let me try to switch it. You feel that no, it will not work out, I already tried XYZ courses before, it didn't work out, it is not for me, let me be here. Do not get to that situation. It is better we do not try, instead of trying in a wrong way, failed, which is stopping you move forward for any further improvements in your career. Okay, these points you need to remember, that your configuration is less than 10% or hardly 10%. You can literally check with the people who are working in SAP. Ask them what are they doing in a day, how many configurations are doing, because you'll have to know the practical ground realities, whatever a FICO consultant is doing in any organization, in any project. And next one, course duration. When you're talking about course duration, on an average, what will be the duration?
3 months.
3 to 4 months.
Let's say 3
More
to
than 6 months.
4 months. I'm
6
just talking
months.
about the on an average. Whenever you talk about SAP FICO course, it is 3 to 4 months. Practically, this 3 to 4 months is sufficient.
No.
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 This has got two way of impact. This is, let's say, I'll put one side and then I'll put other side. One side from trainer point of view, other side from student point of view. Now, who knows SAP here?
Trainer.
No,
Me.
I don't know.
I know.
No.
I
Here,
know.
trainer knows SAP. No, I'm not.
Trainer.
No, my question is
Yeah.
basically out of these two, who knows SAP? From trainer or from student? From which
Trainer.
side it is?
From trainer.
From trainer.
Right? From trainer, he knows. So this trainer can complete SAP in 30 days, 45 days, 90 days, 120 days also,
Yes, Pal.
because he knows SAP. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Student who does not know SAP, can he grasp, can he pick up, become expert within 3 to 4 months? Practically possible?
Not
Not
possible.
possible.
No.
Practically impossible. Practically, this is impossible. So when you're talking about 3 to 4 months, please do not be with a mindset at the end of 3 months, at the end of a 4th month, I will become a consultant. Not going to really happen. This is practically not going to happen. Do not be with that mindset. It takes time. You'll have to give enough time to it. Reason, as I said initially, if you scroll up, you need to have accounting background. If you do not have accounting background, or even if you are from the accounting background, currently you may be working in some different domain, different profile and all. You are not familiar with accounting on a day-to-day life of your current profile whatsoever. Am I correct?
Correct.
Definitely you need to revise, recollect.
Yes, definitely.
There may be a lot of confusions you are having. Somebody is talking about ECC, somebody is talking about S4 HANA, somebody is talking about cloud, rise with SAP, grow with SAP, public, private and all. You have a lot of confusions running in your mind,
Yes.
right? And then you need to look at your background, whether you're MBA, BCom, commerce, non-commerce, which year pass out you are, what is your overall experience, and where you're currently working, you have any career break and all. You'll have to set up all this kind of a thing, come to a mindset, and then you also need to look at your current commitments. When I say you'll have to also look at your current commitments, not everybody is completely free like you are in your college days, school days, right? Anybody is like that? Completely free whole day?
No.
No.
Right? Everybody is occupied with something or the other. Maybe you're married, you have kids, you're already working, you need to travel far to reach the office and all. With so many different commitments, with so many other works, is it practically possible for you to attend the class 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, and then spend time for practice, understand, read today, remember, and then keep in your mind for lifelong? Is it practically going to happen?
No. No.
No.
You also need to consider your age factor. You also need to consider your memory power, your other commitments, your other all these stressful areas and all. Keeping all this in your mind, it is practically not going to work out from a student point of view. I mean to say, from your point of view, 3 to 4 months is not sufficient. Agree with me?
Yes, agree.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
From my point of view, 3 to 4 months is more than sufficient. I will be more than happy to complete within 3 months. Fourth month, I'll start one more batch. I'll pick another bunch of candidates and then I'll make money. Easy for me to do it. But from your side, when you think, you have to be very practical. Am I really going to understand? My profession is currently nowhere related to SAP FICO. How can I expect right from day one I'll understand everything? It's something that you're too excited about it. assuming that okay, right from day one I'm on the track. Within, this is not a journey. Let's say we start slowly, we'll go, and then I'll drop you there. This is not practically going to happen. You have to drive it. You're not a passenger, you are the
Yes.
driver. Actually, you need to drive it. Don't think that I am the driver, you are sitting in a chair, I'll drop you there. But when I drop you
No.
there, you cannot come back. I'll take off the engine from the this one. There will be no engine. You'll be sitting idle there. You cannot come back, you cannot move forward because there is no engine. So make sure you're in a position to drive your career right from the beginning in such a way that you know all the difficulties right from the beginning. When you know all these difficulties right from the beginning, you are smart enough, you are proactive enough to guess, okay, these are all the possible hiccups that will come. These are all the areas where I need to be more conscious, more careful. These areas I need to put more focus. This is what I will be working. This is what I will be checked when I give an interview, when I'm in a project. Considering all these points, you will have a fair idea, okay, to become a consultant, or after I become a consultant, this is what I'm going to do. On those areas, if you try to put your effort right from the beginning, you will not find any difficulties. You will not face any problems as you move forward. Otherwise, all these points you will be getting to know after completion of your course, maybe while giving interviews or after getting the job, you will get to know so many points. Then deciding, then thinking, Array, I should not have done like this. I should have practiced in a different way. I should have learned different points at that time only. Now I want to know, but I don't have time. These points will definitely come. Maximum of the people will face the same difficulties in their SAP FICO journey because they may be not aware of it. But when you are aware of these points, when you plan accordingly, you will not find much difficulties. Difficulties will be there everywhere. You have to overcome, you'll have to put a little extra effort, but your effort should give you the result. That's it. It's not that you are working hard, sitting, spending a lot of time, but on unnecessary things, it is useless. Because anybody who joins SAP FICO, anybody who enters SAP FICO with an intention of getting a job, making a better career, making a good platform and all, for this, you have to give some time. You need to make sure not as easy as you're thinking. If it is as easy as you're thinking, you must be looking at all your friends, all your college mates, schoolmates, or your colleagues. Everybody must be a FICO consultant. Why not everybody a FICO consultant? Points that you'll have to start shooting at your side, then you'll have to get the answers. Okay, if it is so easy, why everybody is not learning SAP FICO? Why everybody is not a consultant? How many people are looking for SAP FICO jobs? How many are getting the jobs? These kind of market research analysis you'll have to do. And is it practically sufficient to learn SAP FICO 3 to 4 months? Can I really get a job in 3 to 4 months? Practically no, you will not get. You will not get it. Because for anybody to understand, let's say, first point is what? Your accounting is mandatory. With the simple example, whatever
Yes.
you understood, you agree with me, without this, nothing is possible. Forget about SAP, you cannot even understand a tally. Am I correct?
Yes.
You don't know what is this trial balance, journal entry, debit, credit. Forget about becoming a consultant. You cannot even become a user in tally. So those are mandatory, no exception, no excuses there. It is mandatory. After knowing accounting, for you to revise, refresh your accounting, definitely this will take 1 or 2 weeks time. Am I correct?
Correct.
Just that you are going to refresh it. You are going to revise, okay, account means this, and all.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
when you
Yes.
start looking at SAP point of view, the different terminologies and all will be a tricky point for you. Certain terms will not hit your mind clearly. They'll start throwing different question marks. So you will not be comfortable, you will not be familiar with the system for first 1 month. First 1 month, You are at this stage. All question marks only. Whatever you see, you do not know. When I say you do not know why this is used, what will happen if I do it, and if you are continuing it, you are not going to understand. Now, for you to complete the accounting, you need to know the accounting cycle. Your accounting cycle begins from business transaction. Inside what?
Balance sheet.
Financial statement. Reporting.
Balance sheet. Reporting, balance sheet, financial statement, right? So you'll have to understand a business transaction until balance sheet. Anything. For example, you take a sale. You did a sale, right? Now, for this sale accounting entry, till the balance sheet, what is going to happen? You need to have a basic idea. Okay, this is what is happening. How this is done in SAP. If you know to do this in SAP, this is what we need to do, a big story. Then you will decide, okay, so many things are there to bring this into SAP. Once you have a fair idea, understanding about at very high level, then only you will start understanding whatever you're configuring in the system. Otherwise, you will be able to do the configuration, but you will never understand why you're doing it. For that clarity to come, it takes 1 month for anybody. No matter whether you are from SAP background or non-SAP background, you'll have to invest 1 month time to understand. In this 1 month, you are going to study, you are going to understand right from what is debit, what is credit until balance sheet in SAP. Then you will have a clear picture, clear idea about SAP FICO. Okay, to post an entry, these are all required. To see the report related to AP, AR, cash, bank, tax, BRS, whatsoever. All the points in SAP FICO at very base high level, you'll be able to understand in 1 month. If you do not know what is going to happen, what is what in SAP, how you will understand what you're configuring on a daily basis? Practically, this is not going to happen. You're at a stage where you're practicing only configuration. Then what this is actually going to be is, everybody knows, right? Everybody knows how to write your name.
Yes.
Yes, right? Now, assuming you are a right-hander, hold a pen on your right hand, write on a paper, right? That's what during your learning, because I will be showing on the system, you will follow me, you will do the practice, you'll get it. Now, the moment I disappear from the class, or the moment your batch is over, your training is over, it is like shifting pen from right hand to left hand. Now, will you be able to write your own name
No.
on the same
No.
paper? You will find a lot of changes,
Difficulties too. Yeah.
right? It is your pen, your paper, your name only. I'm not asking you to write my name or anything. Just write your name, changing pen from right hand to left hand or left hand to right hand. Exact same difference you will find it. These points is what you need to understand right from the beginning. Others, please be on mute. Okay, when you are able to understand these points from the beginning, you will realize, okay, to learn SAP FICO, these fundamental points we need to know. Initially, straightforward, it is practically not possible. If it is not possible, it is not possible. No matter, even if you travel to Germany, try to learn, impossible. Because for everything, there are certain basic fundamentals that you should know. Meaning there is a checklist, there is a criteria, right? You cannot do anything the way you want, right? There is a criteria, there is a checklist. Yes or no? Prerequisite. For SAP FICO learning also, there are certain checklists, there is certain prerequisite. You need to make sure you are preparing yourself with it, for which you need to invest 1 month time. When I say 1 month time, first 1 month you are only putting your effort to make sure you are comfortable, that's all. So when you're shifting pen to left hand to right hand to left hand, you are not concerned about it. Because for you, it is your name, whether you write it with right hand, left hand. When you know this is also a point which will be tested, when you practice accordingly, Tomorrow, all of a sudden, somebody is shifting you to a different situation, putting you in a different scenario. You must be in a position to handle. Right? When you know these points, when you understand what is SAP FICO, slowly you will realize, okay, how I need to practice, how I need to prepare for SAP FICO is not so easy as you see a course content. It's not so easy as you see a course content. By looking at a course content, you can easily see, are so many things I know from course content. I think almost 80% is familiar to me. Now look at SAP FICO job description. You will see not even 20% I am familiar with it. It will be other way around. Anybody noticed this?
Yes.
Notice this.
Yes.
You will understand.
Yes.
Then you will realize, okay, for me to learn SAP FICO, what exactly I need, how I need to proceed, what should be my move. Because here you'll have to put more individual personalized effort to understand the logic, to understand the concept, not the configuration. When I say not the configuration, you just go to YouTube, type SAP FICO, you put any topic, you will get step-by-step video or not
Yes.
for free.
Yes.
You Google it, any topic,
Yes.
you get step-by-step screenshot document or not. YouTube
Yes,
video is
Google
free,
it.
Google
Yes.
document is free, then why you want to join by paying money when you know that it is for free of cost? When it is there for free of cost,
Mm.
variety of videos, variety of documents, why do you still want to pay money and then join? Question yourself.
Yeah, real time
Definitely
tutorial.
not for
Practically, it is
configuration,
not
right?
sufficient for us.
Right? So when you say that to get the real time, or when you feel that this is not sufficient, there is something that is in your mind that there is something that I need to know to get a job. This is not sufficient. Only those points you need to understand. Whatever you get it for free of cost, you need to get it for free of cost only. Right? When you're joining by paying money, you need to make sure you gain knowledge and you also gain confidence. Only for gaining the knowledge, only for gaining the confidence, you're paying money, not to know the configuration. To know the configuration, whether I do it, you do it, anybody else does it, it is the same. Am I correct?
Yes, correct.
But what example you are taking, what scenario you are taking, how you are relating it, whether you are able to explain it to another person or not, that is where you need to check yourself. Whether somebody asking a question or somebody is giving a situation scenario, are you in a position to understand? Or when you're explaining something to somebody, are you convincing enough to convey your message to them, is what you need to verify. And then lastly, what you need to do is, simple point, to get the job, what you need to attend?
Interview.
Hmm?
Interview.
To get the job, you need to attend SAP FICO interviews. What is the average duration of any SAP FICO interview? Whenever it is scheduled, what will be the average duration?
40 minutes.
30 to 45
10
minutes.
to 15 minutes.
40,
30 to
40,
45
50.
minutes. This is average. Okay, 30 to 45 minutes. In this 30 to 45 minutes, you will be questioned randomly or in a sequence as per the course content.
Random.
Random
Randomly.
questions will be
Randomly.
asked.
Randomly, because interviewer is not your trainer. Interviewer is not your trainer to ask you in the sequence. Interviewer is somebody who does not know who you are. So he or she will definitely put questions in a random way of SAP FICO any topic. Surprisingly, most of the questions are out of syllabus, meaning out of configuration points. Anybody heard people saying they're asking all scenario based questions?
Yes.
Right? Now, when somebody is asking you questions in a random way on any topic of SAP FICO, you need to respond on the spot immediately, or you can think and then respond.
How to respond?
Respond quickly.
If I
Think
put a
and
question,
respond.
right, for example, you're asking me a question, what is this and how to do this, all this kind of a thing. I am thinking and then responding, taking a little time. You're getting a positive opinion on me or negative opinion on me if I am taking time to respond.
Negative.
Negative, straightforward. When I say it is negative, you are not supposed to feed content in your mind in a sequential order. When I say you're not supposed to put content in a sequential order, when you put content in a sequential order, first thing what you try to do is, when I put a question, you will try to see, is it from AP, GL, FI or CO or any other thing? You try to put different headings, side headings and all. By the time you apply filters, you find it, you will tell the right answer, but you will take some time. This time, whatever you're taking to respond will reject you. Am I correct? Why you're taking time? Because you're trying to relate whether it is related to AP, whether it is related to GL, whether it is related to asset, cash, bank integration, which is not at all relevant. When there is a question, you respond immediately. That's it. Meaning in your mind, you should not have any headache. Let it be any question, make sure on the spot you're able to respond. For this to happen, you need to feed content right from the beginning in the similar manner. You need to tune your mind in such a way, any question somebody is asking, you are in a position to respond. Whether your answer is correct or incorrect, that's the second point. First point is to ensure related to the question, something you're talking. This time, whatever you take to respond will create a problem in getting a job. They feel that this candidate does not know, he's thinking, maybe he studied yesterday night, he forgot. That's how people will come to a conclusion. Nobody will think from your point of view, right? Array, he studied a lot, he studied so much that he is unable to find out which one is the best answer for me. Will anybody think from your angle, your perspective?
Nope.
All they want is answer to my question on the spot. That's it. If you are relevant to my question, I'm okay with you. For that, you have to tune your mind in such a way right from the beginning. This fine tuning at the end will not work out. This has to happen right from the beginning. Only then, by the end of your course, by the end of the time that you invest for learning, for to gain confidence, you are in proper shape. By the time you go to the market, you are a proper candidate, that when somebody is asking, you talk in such a way that they're convinced. And considering all these points, you need to decide, okay, let me join or I will not join. Okay, so far clear?
Yes.
Yeah, clear.
Right?
Yes.
So all these points slowly we need to understand. Right? Slowly I will talk about what is SAP, what is FI, what is CO. These points I will explain, but not in detail because everybody knows it. I don't think anybody came to the class who does not know what is SAP, what is FICO, right? I hope everybody is aware. These points I am not going to
Yes.
talk. I will not explain what is ERP, what is full form of SAP, when SAP is found, who are the 5 people who found SAP. These things I will not talk, I will not explain, I will not tell. Even if you put a question to me, I will simply tell, please Google it and then get to know. You're not paying money to know these basic fundamentals, the basic content that you can get it for free of cost. Know the points which
Correct.
is required for you to gain the knowledge, which will keep you alert, which will keep you move ahead to gain a job, to get the knowledge. For that purpose, you are paying money, not to get this content. I don't want to attract you by talking something about FICO is very good, you will get very good job, market is wide open. I don't want to tell this kind of a thing. Reason, today maybe you are not aware, tomorrow definitely you will get to know the reality. Today you may not be aware what is FICO, what will happen, whether you get a job or you don't get the job. Reality, maybe you're not aware, but tomorrow definitely you will get to know or not, one fine day.
Yes.
Yes.
When you know the reality, I don't want to be the villain in your life. I don't want you to think that Array, he did not tell me all these things at the beginning. If I was aware, I would have put efforts in a different way. I would not have joined at all. It's okay. Now only you can decide whether to join or not to join. At the end, it is your career. I have no right to manipulate you. I have no right to attract you. Whatever is the fact, I talk. Those who feel yes, this is correct can consider moving forward. Those who feel that okay, I am getting better confidence, I am getting better content somewhere else, you are free to go. At the end, it is your decision. But wherever you go, remember you learn things in a proper way, and then you get career the way you want to make it. That's all. Because at the end, you cannot blame anybody. When I say at the end, you cannot blame anybody, it's your decision. Nobody is forcing you to join here or anywhere else, right? It is you who is going to join. And when we are going to join, we are not supposed to blame somebody. They did not tell, we did not do this. If questions are the other way around, when I say questions are other way around, are you attending the classes every day? No. Are you practicing on a daily basis? No. For most of the questions, no, 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 no. After half questions, you will tell it's okay. I did not put my efforts properly. Let me give up. This is what the reality. Because as I said, we'll have to consider so many points, list out so many points, only then take a call. Don't blindly think that okay, 3 months, 4 months, I'll refer the recording and all. Practically, things will not work out. If it is the case, as I said, everybody is a FICO consultant. If everybody is not a FICO consultant, imagine there is something. Imagine, realize that there is something which you need to understand. And for that, when you put a little extra effort, you don't need to worry about it. Once you know the points, you will know how to crack it. But when you do not know, you cannot crack it. You will be at a place where you cannot move forward, you cannot come back also. You will be stuck badly with your career. For you or for me, for anybody, it is a career. I have no right to play with your career, and I don't want to play with your career. So whatever is there, I will tell openly. Those who feel yes, these are correct points can continue with me. Those who feel no, I feel I am getting scared, I don't think this will suit me. Or if somebody feels somewhere I'm getting good knowledge, somewhere I'm getting good confidence, you are free to go. When I say you're free to go, it's your decision, it's your career, and you have complete right to decide where to join, where to go. I am nobody to manipulate anybody. I do not want to create any false impression. I do not want to create any impression which will attract you or which will divert you. But make sure wherever you join, know the ground reality, market reality, check with the different people who are working in SAP FICO, only then join the course. Anywhere. Alright, so what we will do, let me stop this for today here. In the tomorrow's session, we will talk different points. Remember, we will be having overview sessions for approximately 7 to 10 days. Because in one day, I cannot make you understand what is SAP FICO. You will not understand what is SAP FICO. Because you are going to invest your money, you are going to invest your time, you are going to take a decision on your career whether to do this or not to do this. So this decision you cannot take in one day. I cannot make you understand, realize in one day. So my demo sessions or my overview sessions will continue for 1 week to 10 days. After this 1 week to 10 days only, you can decide whether you want to continue or not to continue. Till then, you do not have to make any payment. Only after completing all the overview sessions, you can decide whether to join or not to join. It's completely optional. And in between, I'll be answering all your questions. Okay, but since we just started now, many points whatever you have will be automatically clarified as we discuss from tomorrow onward. And questions, doubts, whatever you have, I will give dedicated time. Maybe after a couple of days, I'll answer each and every question whatever you have. All right, fine then. So we will connect at the same time tomorrow for the next continuation session. Good night.
Ajay sir, thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.